It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's time for the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rectenwald. This is David Stroud.
Good morning, good morning.
How's David?
I'm very good. It was beautiful, 58 degrees when I walked out to the truck, and I'll take it. I like that.
You're awful chipper this morning.
Well, I'm on this side, and this side's easy. That side's not.
You don't sit over here and be so chipper.
I know, right?
Where's Scooter?
Heading down somewhere. He's driving, doing something. He called last night and said I needed to fill in on this side, and you'd be on that side doing the hosting, and I can't remember where he said he was going.
He's actually headed to Russellville for an athletic event. He's a AAA meeting or some sort.
Okay.
For planning, and we wish him safety and best of luck down there. So
most definitely.
But it's a great day this morning, nice and cool.
Yeah, I'll take it. I like
a little
the
bit
50s.
of fog in spots, but not too bad.
A lot of fog down on the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't see nothing.
We'll find that out here in a little bit.
Yes, we will.
How's things out at Great Escapes?
Doing well. We met our new general sales manager yesterday. Seems like a nice guy. Comes from Springfield. He was at one of the retails RV stores up there.
Don't you always love it when they bring somebody new in from out of town?
Yeah, it's wonderful. I hope he likes it here. I mean, it's a beautiful place to live.
Like a toothache. Wonderful, wonderful.
He made a good first impression. We'll see if he drops the hammer here in a few days.
There you go.
That's usually what happens.
Don't you love being on the spot?
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah.
How are you?
Well, it's just another Monday on a Tuesday.
I know, right?
Yeah. So we'll just deal with it as it goes.
Yes, sir.
Not used to being here on a Tuesday.
No, I'm not used to being on this side anymore.
There you go. Morning prayer is brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas. 29 locations serve you. One in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect, is not just their motto, it's how they do business. Renata Jenkins Byler and her staff all across the state of Arkansas do a wonderful job in your time of need. And now let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father God, we just thank you for the great things that you do in our lives, Lord, and the things, the community that we live in, and all the assistance that we seem to be able to muster up and give to people in need at their time of need. And Lord, we just pray that you will continue to bless us as a nation. And Lord, we just pray that you will help things get straightened out in Washington, D.C., so we can get back on track. Lord, we just pray that you will be with our local government, our policemen, our firefighters, our first responders, our doctors, our nurses, our EMT, that whole group of folks. Their world changes by the moment, Lord, and we just pray for your guidance in their safety. Lord, we pray for our students, our administration, and the complete faculty of our local schools. Lord, we just pray that you'll give travel mercies to those that are traveling. And we just pray for all these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with all our respect. If you don't know where Roller Funeral Home is here in Mountain Home, take a trip up Highway 5 North. Start looking for the biggest American flag you've probably ever seen, and that's their location here in Mountain Home. Roller Funeral Home. And now we're going to have a quick word from Bob and Linda Zador of the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realtors here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793 is their number. retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. And we'll be back.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer has been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
Have you ever just watched the commercial?
Yes. The very first time she sent it to me asking my opinion on it.
Have you ever watched the people in the commercial?
Right. They have, they're really...
that poor
what's the
woman's
word?
face just drops.
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, they've got it down. They're very good
Yeah,
actors.
very, very good. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. I liked it too. It was, I laughed really hard the first time I watched it.
Have you ever felt abandoned? Huh? Where are you going?
I see it, the car.
Yeah, the car. You won't feel that way with Bob and
No.
Linda Zadora of the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realtors here in Mountain Home, 870-405-0793. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. And you can go there and look at
Fogginess.
live views. And today it's Mr. Fog has dropped upon us.
Yeah, both of them, I'm afraid.
But generally you can see this on the still shot.
Yeah, let me drop it down here. There we go.
That's what you normally look at, and we call that God's country. Off to the left is Bull Shoals and Rainbow Bridge. There's an old railroad bridge over there in that same area. The state of Missouri is off in the horizon. City of Mountain Home is off to your right. The town of Cotter is straight ahead. The baseball field, Railroad Museum, Contractors Trust is off to your right, but the beautiful White River runs right through there. That divides Marion County from Baxter County, and that is $1 million shot right
Yes.
there. And you can go to the retiredtoarkansas.net website and take a look at the live views, and it changed. There's 15, 16 of those that will circle through. I don't know how long they stay on each one, a couple minutes maybe. And you can definitely see that it's a live shot. The river's just rolling through. But if you'd like to take a look at some of God's country, as we call it, give them a call at 870-405-0793, or check out all the MLS listings at retiredtoarkansas.net. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends, but I always say they're busy, but never too busy to assist you in your realty needs. And now let's check out the weather.
All right.
In Mountain Home, it's 59, Harrison's 54, Batesville's 58, Yellville, Arkansas is 52, Marshall down, a little chilly down in Marshall at the 48 mark. Salem is 57, Mountain View is 58, Calico Rock, hot in Calico Rock, 59 degrees there. West Plains, Missouri is 57, Springfield, Missouri 53, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 52, and St. Louis is 51. And the radar as she pans out to catch the whole U.S. of A. Any state around us looks pretty clear. Let's let the radar catch up because that could be fooling us.
Right. Oh, so I love the radar. It's please hold. It looks like it's going to stay pretty
Sooner or
clear.
later it's going to say, not today.
It's
Looks pretty clear all across the country for sure today.
there it is. Oh,
It blipped like it was going to be something.
There-
There
yeah.
we go. Now it catches up. All the states around us are pretty clear. Oklahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois, Kansas, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Even up in Iowa. Yesterday, the rains were heavy duty on Sunday up in Chicago area.
yeah.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Heavy, heavy rains, but nothing in our immediate area. Let's zoom back in to make sure there's nothing hiding in Arkansas that the far out pan didn't get. Looks pretty clear from Fayetteville to Jonesboro, Fort Smith to Memphis, Conway, Little Rock, Texarkana, El Dorado looks all really clear for us.
It's
So
going to be a beautiful day.
traveling the state of Arkansas, you got nothing to worry about. Severe risk of East New York and New England. Looks like there's some heavy duty winds, but guess what? Not going to bother us.
No.
We have no watches and warnings in the states all surrounding us. Looks like up in the northwest, we've got a little bit of excitement up there as far as some floods and things, but nothing in our immediate area. And if you're driving to the northwest, guess what? It's going to be gone by the time you get there, so I wouldn't worry about it at all.
That's true.
7-day forecast. High today is 86, clear tonight, low of 56. High tomorrow is 87, clear tomorrow night, low of 59. Thursday looks sunny, high of 85, low of 61. Friday night, Bombers will be playing host to Lake Hamilton Friday night. It's going to be a great night for football. High Friday is 87, low Friday night 63, and then on Saturday it's going to be sunny and 87 degrees. Saturday night, low of 65, sunny Sunday. High of 89, clear, low of 67, and Monday is going to be high near 90 degrees. And the pollen count. You get messed up with allergies?
Yes, it's the tree and grass pollen for me, not ragweed.
Tree today is going to be moderate, none tomorrow, none on Thursday. Grass pollen is moderate today, none tomorrow, none on Thursday. And ragweed, high today, very high tomorrow, and very high on Thursday. So if you are affected by ragweed,
I have a coworker that is.
either double up on your allergy medicine or stay inside, one or the other.
And he usually stays inside, but you can tell when he goes outside that it gets him. He comes back in, and it looks like he's got allergies kicking him.
Lake levels, Lake Norfolk 554.70, which is 2.70 above full pool of 552. They currently are not generating any at Norfolk. Is that what you still had when you checked
Yes.
it a moment ago?
Yes.
No generation going on at Norfolk, but at Bull Shoals they are generating 3. 659.66, which is 0.66 above full pool of 659. They're slowly getting that back under control. Baxter County, Marion County, Fulton County, Sharp, and a little bit of Izard, they are in a D1 drought, which is a moderate drought zone. You would think with all the rain that we've had recently that would be gone, but it's not. Let's go back to the lake levels a little bit. If you are planning a trip on the river, give them a call at 870-431-5311. Give them a call and make sure that you're up to date so you know what generation is going on. Takes a while for the water to get to the south end, but it's good to know what's going on there.
Yes, it is. And always wear a life jacket.
Always wear a life jacket.
Yes.
Or take a guide, or along with taking a guide.
Along with taking it.
Because if you don't know that river, it sure can be tricky.
That's right.
870-431-5311 is their phone number. It's been the weather and the dam reports, generation report brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family.
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. David, have you heard much about Eden Village?
No. What is that?
Eden Village is a proposed little village here in Mountain Home. They're talking about it going at 16th Street and Rossi Road, and it's proposed to help the homeless community.
Really?
And yesterday the Planning Commission had it on their agenda to discuss it. It was standing room only, with people not really in support of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're worried about the safety, the property values of the area, the proximity of the Christian Academy and some churches, and though it will be staffed from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday and have 24-hour video surveillance, they're worried about
when they leave there.
Possibility of drug activity. They do not, however, rent to sex offenders, and they have to go through an FBI background check. But, you know, we have Hope for All come in here every other month or so, and they talk about how these people are unemployed and they're not housed because they have no identity.
Sure.
Well, how do you run a background check on somebody that doesn't have an identity?
I don't know. I guess you just got to go by what they tell you.
A little bit tough. So that's been tabled by the Mountain Home Planning Commission, so that it'll be brought back up at a later date, and we'll see how that works out for them. And
Think if they change the location, people might be.
they'd have to put it out of town, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not sure that'll make things any better for them or for the area. But you know, we definitely have a need. We have a homeless issue.
We do.
We have some homeless issue around here, and some things need to be changed. But see how that works out.
All right.
Craziest things you've ever heard. I read yesterday about a guy over in, I won't even say what county they're in. There was a gentleman that cut his own leg off with a chop saw.
I read that.
Wasn't that crazy?
Yes.
Why? I mean, you can be as depressed and be as mad as you want to, but when you take a chop saw and cut your own leg off,
Yeah.
something's wrong with that picture.
Well, and at one point in time, he was saying he was Jesus, and then later on, he was saying he was Satan.
There might be some drugs involved.
Drugs and I mean some mental illness. He needs some help.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Mountain Home golf teams make a final day to Bella Vista. The tennis team will take a trip to Russellville to do a tri-match between Alma and Greenwood. The volleyball schedule they are hosting tonight. They're hosting Van Buren. Cross country is also running today. There's some baseball happening in the area. The Mountain Home JV team takes a big win over Harrison last night in the final play, pretty much the final play of the game, 21-20 over the Harrison Goblins, and we're excited about that.
Definitely. Sure. Good job.
Mountain Home Junior High wins 1 of 3 matches at Marion yesterday. Cotter, Yeovil Summit, both volleyball teams, both of them suffered losses yesterday, and not good. But a lot of sports going on around the area, and like I say, volleyball tonight. We'll break on Wednesday, and then the 8th and 9th grade will play host to West Memphis West with an 8th and 9th grade game on Thursday. So
very good.
There's a little bit of what's going on around town. It's 7:15. We're going to take a break. We've got Tobias Pugsley and Cindy Costa with us from Baxter Health. We'll be back in just a minute.
Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning our guests are Tobias Pugsley. Why do I always have a hard time spitting that?
Struggling today.
I'm so used to just calling you Pugsley.
Yeah.
Now I got to throw that first name in there, and it kind of messes up your last name.
We got to just go with that. I think that's easier.
But it's not respectful.
Yeah. I know you respect me. I respect you too.
Cindy Costa is with him, and they are here this morning, and we're going to talk about Baxter Health. If you don't know who Baxter Health is, it is what was Baxter Regional Medical Center.
Yes, it is. We're in a period of transition, and going to get all into that here in a little bit.
But Miss Costa wants to talk about. She's raring to go.
We have a really, really exciting event, our largest fundraiser for our foundation.
Buckaroo Ball.
Yeah. A lot of people know it by its old name, which was the Masquerade Ball.
Okay.
And then that became the Masquerades, where we had 80s themed. And so this year, and Cindy will tell you how the name came about, but basically I wanted to change it up a little bit. So with the popularity of the movie or the TV show Yellowstone, they thought, well, hey, why don't we do a Yellowstone theme event and call it the Buckaroo Ball, raising bucks for the foundation. So
there you go.
With that, I'll let Cindy tell you all about it, because it's going to be a fun night.
What a setup.
Well, I wish that Tobias had wore a black cowboy hat, because everybody says he looks like Rip from Yellowstone.
I've never seen an episode of Yellowstone.
But yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Our Masquerade Ball was so popular, sold out every year, and everybody just loves to get out. And because of our arch nemesis COVID, we haven't been able to have anything like that for a few years. So we are raring to go, and we want everybody to come out and have a great time. It's going to be a week from Saturday, which is September 24th, and it will be held out at Stone Creek Ranch. So that, it's a perfect setting for this kind of an event.
It's beautiful. It's very beautiful.
It is gorgeous out there, and we'll hold a lot of people. So it'll start at 6 o'clock in the evening. People will come. They can, we'll have beer and wine. They can kind of enjoy themselves for a little while, get their photos made. We'll have a couple different areas set up where they can do, a more formal picture and then a more fun cut-up kind of pictures. And then at 7 o'clock is dinner. We've decided, since it is a Western theme, you have to do barbecue. So we'll have a great barbecue dinner there. That's sponsored by Farmers and Merchants Bank. And then beginning about between 7:30 and 8, we're going to have an entertainer from Nashville. His name is Jason Cross. Highly recommended to us, and we've been told he will make sure every single person in that entire place will have the best time of their lives. He's just
personally guarantees that. Huh?
He does, and
it's kind of neat. Like, he has his schedule posted of where all he's playing. Of course, he's got Mountain Home listed, but what's neat is right before that, he's playing at like Tootsie's in Nashville. He's playing, some of those really, prestigious clubs along Broadway. So true Nashville coming right here to Mountain Home. It's pretty neat.
And he plays country and Southern rock. And when he takes breaks, we will have a DJ playing dance music in between. So there's always music going on.
The part of this that catches my eye is not so much the drinking, the dancing, but the mechanical bull.
Well,
going to be on the mechanical bull, Tobias?
We've had a little problem with our mechanical bull.
Oh, no.
As is everything else in the country. You can't rely on things when it comes right down to your event. So we have not been able to bring this mechanical bull to this event.
We've scoured the earth, Bob.
Yes.
I mean, literally,
Yes.
we've looked. We went to Springfield, Fayetteville, all surrounding areas, and nobody has an operational mechanical bull that they'll rent out.
You're just going to have to use a real bull. I'm sorry.
Well, we thought about
I've got some friends that could probably hook you up with some.
So we know y'all have a lot of listeners, and a lot of watchers online. So if you know somebody that has a mechanical bull, well, you need to call our foundation, because we need to rent it. There you go. That's my pitch for today.
There you go.
Yeah. Perfect. But, a lot of people are still not renting out their equipment due to COVID.
Yep.
That's sad.
It is. It is. Of course, we can find things across the country, but the cost it would incur to bring it here is just not feasible. So we're pretty sad about that, but we've got lots going on that night, and everybody's going to have a great time.
Yep. The barbecue dinner, do you know who's preparing that?
El Chico, they have a new chef, and his specialty is smoked meats.
Okay.
So they're going to have a fabulous spread. They never disappoint. I know some people, when they think of El Chico, they think of Mexican food.
Yeah.
They can prepare anything. So we're looking forward to this.
A big spread going to happen.
Big.
That's going to
Bring your appetites.
Going to be fun.
And we'll have a best dress contest. We want people to come dressed in a variety of ways. When we had our masquerades ball, we had anybody dressed from fancy ball gowns to, we had Prince show up, and we just, you never know how people want to come to places like this. So we say just go for it.
How did you dress for the masquerades?
So I had bought one of those really like permed out wigs and had some of those like 80s like sunglasses with the lines in it. I try to go all out, Bob.
But you were way young in the 80s, though.
I was born in the 80s. 82
I was just going to say, you did, like I said, way young, because you didn't graduate until the 90s, so, yeah.
That's funny. But this year, I mean, there's a lot of thought and consideration that goes into these costumes. I've heard people planning what they're going to wear, and it's going to be pretty neat. There's some people that go all out. I don't go as all out, but...
What's your plan for this one?
So I've got a Yellowstone belt buckle, and then the Yellowstone T-shirt, and I'm just wearing jeans and boots. So I'm going to stay comfortable, because I'm sure Cindy will have me doing lots of things.
What's your plan, Miss Cindy?
Probably a long dress that's a little on the country theme. And I do not own a pair of cowboy boots, although I hear they're the most comfortable things in the world. So I've got different friends that have offered me theirs. So I'm looking to see what they come up with.
But that's the plan. You're gonna.
That's the plan.
Good. I guess I need to watch some Yellowstone.
You do.
I never have seen
You do.
that.
Just make sure there's no kids in the room.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
It's a little rough, but it's a fun show. And
Yeah. Even Kevin Costner says he doesn't want his kids watching it.
Really?
Yes.
That makes
So
you
maybe you
scared.
better not.
Well, I don't have any kids at home, so we're good. Yeah, we're good.
It's gonna be fun though, and we got tickets and tables for
Just
sale.
going to ask about the tickets. Tickets are available where?
They are available at the Foundation office, which we're located in the ground floor of the Medical Arts Building. You can call me, 508-1779, or you can go online, which is probably one of your easiest ways. Go to baxterregional.org/Buckaroo Ball.
Yeah, that's that link I sent to you.
Do we want to go there?
Yeah, you can show it.
You go online to Baxter Regional, and you're going to find it.
Okay.
So to give you the information about the event there, as you scroll down, it'll tell you just a little bit more in case you're trying to convince your spouse or somebody to go. Shows you very easily what the money goes to, which is our wonderful foundation and our community support houses. And you can purchase the tickets right there. It'll send you over to a link so you can pay online. It makes it very easy. Or if you don't like to do that, you can just call the foundation, like Cindy said. It is going to be a fun night. This is one event that, regardless of how we theme it, we just continue to hear great feedback about how much fun people have, and it's truly a lot of fun.
And if folks don't want to drive home from Stone Creek Ranch, they do have rooms available. So people can call out at Stone Creek Ranch and reserve a room for the night.
No, that'd be pretty good.
Just make sure you do it beforehand, because I'm sure they're all going to be taken by the time we get there.
That's right. I think they
Last
only,
minute changes.
Yeah,
I think they only
come.
have 8 or 9, so people will be jumping on them.
Be a good time had at Stone Creek Ranch, Saturday, September 24th, from 6 to 10 at 626 Circle B Lane here in Mountain Home. It's a fundraiser, a major fundraiser for the Baxter Regional Hospital Foundation. Go check that out. Go to their website, baxterregional.org. Go to the events page and check it out. The Buckaroo Ball benefits programs and services such as Baxter's Health's Marook Family Center on Aging, Pite's Cancer House, Rappel Diabetes Clinic, and the Schliemann Center for Women's Health. Go check that out. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville, close to Lake Norfolk.
Before we go to the next thing, I have a question. How many community houses are there?
Now there are technically 3.
Okay.
And one has become a clinic. Rappel used to be a community sport house. Now Jody got her APRN, so they now can offer some clinical services there. So they're in the transition to that over to a clinic.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Right.
But it's nice because they still do offer some educational classes as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're somewhere there in the middle.
we haven't figured out which we count them as a house or a clinic. You know.
One thing that you'll notice if you've been around this area very long, at the hospital, change is happening all the time. And one of the big changes is the name.
It is.
Let's talk about that.
That's been there's been a lot of questions, a lot of change is never comfortable, and but it's something that we've been looking at for a long time. You know, as we kind of came out of COVID, we were looking for, what do we do to continue to remain independent? We want to make sure that we can offer all the services and the things here in our community, and we want to be able to control the decisions. So the first thing people asked was, well, is the hospital being bought? Is it being purchased? No, that's the last thing that's happening here. We're actually trying to do the exact opposite. We felt like in order to remain independent, we had to make some changes. And one of the things that had to change is we had to look at ourselves a little different. So what we did is, first thing we did is we went out and we did a ton of research, Bob. We spent over 1,000 hours, talked to over 1,000 people, different situations. We did focus groups, we did one-on-one interviews, we did phone interviews, we talked to all the boards, different community members, not only in Marion and Baxter County, but in all 11 counties that we serve. And one of the main things that we heard back was that Baxter Regional Medical Center was much more than just a hospital now. If you look at where our footprint is, we're in over 40 locations across 11 counties now. So whenever you define yourself as a medical center, it was very confusing, especially for those providers in some of those other counties. They say, well, we didn't even know Baxter did this. We thought you guys were just, a little community hospital. And so also from that research, we learned that our reputation is pretty good, that people really feel like that when they come to Baxter, there's a little bit of difference in the way that they're treated. I'll give you an example. One of the things that people said was, when I come to Baxter and I'm lost in the hospital or I'm lost in one of the clinics, somebody doesn't just say, hey, go down there and take a left. They will actually personally escort me to wherever I need to be. And that's something that's just been instilled in our culture from our leadership. And so, like I said, back up, we went through the research process and we learned a lot about ourselves in that process. One of the first things that we looked at was our mission statement. And if you remember before, it was something along the lines of every patient, every time, which was good. It got us to where we are now. But is that really what our mission was? And so, again, we took all this feedback. We talked to our employees. We talked to our providers. We talked to a lot of people. And we morphed that mission into now compassionate care beyond measure. Because we felt like, as we heard these stories that the patients told about how the care that they got inside the hospital, that they felt like not only were they cared for, but they were cared about. And so really, if we want to show or tell our people how we're going to do that and have a mission to do that, we really just try to provide compassionate care beyond measure. We're doing a little competition right now at the hospital where we're sending what we're calling the Baxter difference. And basically, when we looked at all this, we changed our mission, we changed our purpose statement a little bit, and then we redefined our core values, which we now are calling the Baxter difference. And when we did that, we've got a little competition going right now where, if Bob does a really great job, I can send a Baxter difference. I can tell the story of what Bob did, and then that goes to Bob's leader, and now he can tell him good job. They can bring it up in staff meetings. And so we started that, and one of the stories we heard was a patient was in our hospice, and last thing they wanted was just some macaroni and cheese, and not like the instant mac and cheese, but like the made on the
real
good
macaroni
stuff. Yeah. And the nurse went and made it, went and bottled the ingredients and made it for them, and the other employee was just talking about how that that's compassionate care beyond measure. And so it all ties back to we've changed our look a little bit too, and I know it's been out. Everybody's, I'm sure, seen it on social media, or maybe they've seen it on www.baxterhealth.org, which does explains it, shows the press conference when we made the announcement, shows a lot of the reasoning and the thought. You can see the new core values there. But when we put it out, one of the things we heard was, that looks pretty simplistic. The new mark is kind of a B with a cross in it.
You want to pull that up?
Yeah, go ahead and pull it up. And at first, when people saw that, they were like, well, Tobias, that looks pretty simplistic. It's just a B with a cross in it. And what we were able to do is, when you do that much research, when you're branding, and you take that feedback, you can actually start to bake intelligence into the marks and into the branding. So if you scroll down just a little bit, the thought of the B is obviously Baxter. So in the research, the one thing that we heard was Baxter was the non-negotiable. That if you're outside of Marion and Baxter County, if you're in Mountain View or you're in West Plains, they say send them to Baxter. And so Baxter was the one thing that had to stay in the name. The cross comes with this thought of health, and so Baxter Health. And the cross really symbolizes, and if you look at it in the mark, at the core of everything we do, we should remember that we provide compassionate care beyond measure. So what is that? That is health, compassionate care beyond measure. So that will be a little reminder to our staff and our providers that our mission is at the core of everything that we do. Then the other thing is, if you look at it kind of back, it sort of starts to make a 3. And again, that goes back to our purpose statement. And if you scroll down just a little bit, you can see the full purpose there. But it's to champion access to compassionate, high-quality care by remaining independent, strategically comprehensive, and community-focused. And so when you see that 3 in the B, it actually points back to those 3 things to remind us that, look, if we remain independent, we are strategically comprehensive, and we remain community-focused, we will be fulfilling our mission, fulfilling our purpose, and doing the things that we need to do to be a good partner to our community and to take great care of our patients.
Tobias, you've mentioned half a dozen times remain independent. What is the threat of losing your independence?
The threat of our independence, losing our independence, is scary, Bob. It really is. immediately the impact that would have on economic development here would be could be staggering. What we've seen in other markets, when a big system acquires a smaller entity like us, a lot of times they will close the local entities so that basically you become a pack and ship to their larger facilities. The reason that we stress independence is because we feel like the medical decisions for our local populations are best made right here at home.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need somebody in Little Rock or Fayetteville or Springfield telling us how to take care of our patients and telling us what we need to do and telling us that we need to send them up there so that they can treat them up there outside of our market.
That doesn't mean that we don't have strategic partnerships with some larger facilities that we do send patients if
absolutely.
necessary.
I mean, because there are things beyond our ability to care for. Major strokes. So we have partnerships with UAMS. We send some to Barnes Jewish. Yeah, we definitely do. We just don't want to be ran by them. We feel like our operations are best based right here at home. And that allows us to control the decisions and make decisions that actually benefit people of Baxter County and the counties we serve, as opposed to the larger markets. That a lot of times, just from talking to people that work at other systems, they make those decisions based on how that's going to impact Little Rock and impact their bottom dollar, not how it's going to be, maybe that's an easy decision for them from Little Rock, but here that's closing a service line and that's impacting hundreds of our friends, family, and neighbors,
Sure.
to be quite honest.
And this threat isn't something that's new to Baxter. It's been going on for 40 years.
Oh, health systems have been acquiring and shuffling around for years and years. It's just at the heart of our mission to not let that happen here, because, like I said, because of some of the negatives that it would bring along with it for both our community, our economic development, and ultimately our patients. When we're able to do the extra things like walk patients to when they're lost, to make them macaroni and cheese in their time of need, who's to say if we're with a major system, they don't remove our abilities to even make those kind of decisions. And then you lose that personal touch that you get here versus going to those big cities.
The system of Baxter Health today, you say we cover 11 counties. Is there a physical clinic in each of those 11 counties?
Not all 11 counties. There is a presence in all 11 counties. I actually have a little thing here. So we have, we don't have a clinic in Searcy County in Arkansas, and we don't have a clinic in Ozark County in Missouri. But what we do have is, for instance, in our clinic in Mountain View, we've got Dr. Spann and his APRN there, Courtney Cavender. But we also have, so our urologists will go down there, Dr. Zapata and Amy Reno, his APRN, will go to Mountain View once or twice a month and see patients there. So those patients don't have to drive all the way to Mountain Home to be seen for follow-up appointments.
Okay.
We also have our neurosurgeon, Dr. Adam Smitherman, and his APRN Ashton go in there, and so that's sort of our model. Is we have a primary care clinic, and then a lot of times we'll have specialists go there to help also those smaller communities so that they don't have to drive. That's really what it's about. I mean, if you're a neurosurgery patient and your back and spine have been killing you for months and months, last thing you want to do is get in the car and drive to go to a follow-up appointment or to a beginning appointment. You obviously can drive here for the surgery, but if you can get those follow-up appointments and your PT right there at home, that's a better situation for you. Helps with your healing and recovery, keeps you home, a lot of benefits there. And so that's our model. And so when we say we serve 11 counties, those we have either a presence or, that population we see a large percentage coming here for care.
Baxter Health still has the home health things as well.
It does. Right? Still have home health in Marion and Baxter County. We still have hospice. None of the services have changed with the transition to Baxter Health. So it's a little bit of a different way to roll it out. We're being very strategic about it. People I'm sure have heard about the financial difficulties that the hospital is having, that healthcare systems across the nation are having. And so, we got a lot of questions about, is this really the right time? What are you doing? How are you spending money on this? And the reality is we're really not spending. We're being very strategic about it. So we're rolling out what we're calling a phased approach. So we've done the soft launch when we're out and we're telling people, we're starting to show the mark a little bit. But what we're doing is we're actually changing things as they would be re-credentialed anyways. So for instance, for the next 3 to 5 years, you may see one clinic branded as Baxter Regional Family Clinic, and you may see another clinic, Baxter Health Crossroads Family Clinic. So there'll be a little bit of a point of a transition there, but the only way for us to be, as financially responsible as possible is we have to do it in a phased approach.
Sure.
So if we were going to pay to have something re-credentialed in 2 to 3 years anyways, why wouldn't we wait and not pay that money right now and do it when it was time to do it and we were going to have to pay for it anyways?
When it's time to order letterhead, you order the new stuff. It's time to get new pens, you order the new stuff.
Yes.
Step stage.
Yeah, step stage, and it loses some of that. Here we are, we're all new, But the reality is
we're not new.
We're not new. We've been here for a long time. We've done this to make all of these other areas feel a little more included in the Baxter family, and so far the positive feedback has just been overwhelming. And also, when Cindy's out raising money for the foundation, we want people to know that we're going to be responsible with every dime they give us. And so that includes this rebranding. I don't want to go and waste a dime.
Mm-hmm.
We want to do this in a way that makes sense, that is good for the patient first and foremost, but also good for these areas that I'll give you an example. We were down and we went to all of our clinics and done this presentation now to our staff and showed them what we're doing. And so we go to the actual clinics that we operate and we do it one-on-one. We don't expect them to watch a video or come up here. We want to show them, hey, we're going to come down and do this in person. And one of the ladies came up to me afterwards and she said, I just want to thank you for the years, however many years, I'm not going to say because I don't want people to know who she is, but she said, for this amount of years that I've worked here, never once have I felt included in what Baxter was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first time, I feel like I'm part of the Baxter family. And that hit me hard. I mean, I heard it in the research, but to actually see it, it's really amazing. So we'll just ask for patience for a little bit. Like I said, it's a 3 to 5 year process. We're making the transition, and we're trying to get the word out there first, and then you'll start to see things. I think our first clinic that changes over will be our neurosurgery and spine here in late September. And if you've been by the Health, Wellness, and Education Center, which is out on 5 that our community support houses use, that was our first sign that went up. And the foundation paid for that. We had a donor that stepped up and paid for that. And because that was a building that we hadn't had a sign on for a long time, and we got a lot of calls, hey, I can't find this building. So somebody from the foundation stepped up, and it got the very first Baxter Health sign. So
there you go.
Pretty special.
Plus
It's time for a break.
Everybody thought it was a bar.
Everybody thought it was a bar. Baxter Health's bar. There you go.
We'll talk about that when we come
Get them
back.
on both sides. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. Tobias, Pugsley, Cindy Costa, Baxter Health are our guests this morning. We'll be back in just a moment.
And a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Ever been in a cave before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the car!
How will we?
The car! Your offer's been accepted. Ever bought a house before?
It's our first time.
All right.
Where are you going?
I'll see you at the closing.
But how will we?
The closing!
It's It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Tobias, Pugsley, Cindy Costa, there with us this morning from Baxter Health. Let's go back to the Buckaroo Ball for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not near as boring.
Oh, wow.
Ouch.
Well, I agree, because I'm excited about the Buckaroo
I knew
Ball.
you were. Yeah. I can't, I'm not going to lie to you. Chances of me going is pretty slim. But I'd really like to see this black hat get up you're going to be in.
Yeah.
I had to look for pictures.
I've seen your picture.
There will be evidence.
Yeah.
The proceeds of this Buckaroo Ball, are they spent in one location, spread out evenly amongst, it just goes into the foundation?
You know, they go to the community houses. Our sponsors have been able to tell us which house or houses they would like to support.
Okay.
So they've had the option to choose. If they've got a passion for the Center on Aging, it goes to the Muroc Family Center on Aging. If they've got a passion for the Pites Camp Support House, it goes there. Whether it's that, the Rappel Diabetes, Schliemann Women's Center, it can go, those things went to wherever these people chose for the money to go. But the rest of the money that's raised there gets equally divided. These houses, we think they're very, very important for the community. They serve thousands of people every year. Almost every single service is free of charge. But the hospital doesn't pay for these houses. The community does. They're all done completely by donation. Costs about $400,000 a year to run these 4 entities. So fundraisers like this are very crucial to bring money in.
Let's talk about the hospital foundation as itself. And I apologize, didn't mean to say boring. The Buckaroo Ball is more exciting.
Yeah.
Then, okay. So, will they be rebranding the foundation name as well at some point?
At some point.
Yeah, we're looking at that now. They had some options for them. I think it's going to their next board meeting, and
if you're new to the community and you don't have an idea of what the Baxter Regional Hospital Foundation is or does, can you explain that a little bit to new viewers to our area?
Sure. A lot of people don't realize that there are hospitals such as us that are nonprofit. So whatever the hospital makes in profit, if they do, goes right back in the hospital. But there's always so much more need. And that's where the foundation comes in. When they go through their budgets and try to determine maybe what new equipment needs to be done or remodels need to be done, they come to the foundation and ask us to raise the money for these particular things. Plus, then we also have people come in that have a passion for some area, so they want to make, whether it's a deferred gift or a large gift, something to help out in some way. They've probably been touched by one of our services and want to do something to give back. So we exist to make the hospital better. Whatever they need, they can come to us.
How many of these type fundraisers will you do in a year to support the foundation?
Well, the fundraisers such as this are centered on helping the community houses. Each one of the houses does a fundraiser. The Pites House is about to have their Kick Cancer in the Bass fishing tournament coming up on the 15th of October. The Schliemann Center is going to be holding an event called Booze, and that is spelled B-O-O-S, and Brews. It'll be held the Saturday before Halloween, big Halloween party.
And that's going to be where?
That will actually be at our Wellness Education Center. Great place to hold events. And the Maruck Family Education Center on Aging, they just, I think it was back in May, they had their big fundraiser. So these kind of events have been centered around raising money for the houses. We've got a multitude of other things we do to raise money for the other things that the hospital needs.
That's one thing that we live in a giving community.
We do.
A very giving community. And if you're new to the area and you're interested in attending this Buckaroo Ball, it's not just for the doctors, the nurses, and their families. It's for anybody that wants to go. You can buy a ticket for $100. You can reserve a table for up to 8 for $1,500. You can purchase those tickets at baxterregional.org/Buckaroo Ball, or give them a call at 870-508-1779, or stop by the foundation offices, which is where the
ground
medical arts
floor of
building
the
is
medical arts building, right behind the hospital.
There you go. Go by there and pick up a ticket, or if you have want more information about it, just go there and talk to them, and they'll be glad to assist you and sell you a ticket while you're there. Branding. Let's talk more about the branding side.
Well, before we jump to that, the foundation does a great job of pairing folks with whatever their passion is.
Okay.
Cindy hit on just a little bit, but if your passion's diabetes, and maybe you had a loved one affected by diabetes, they can line your gifts and whatever you want to do to that. There's people out there that don't have the financial means. They're retired, but they have time that they can give. And we're also always looking for volunteers. And we have a great volunteer program. Matter of fact, I think it's actually the second largest volunteer program in the state. It's very well ran and very well done. And so if you have any interest in volunteering, getting plugged into your community, and we have opportunities there, all that's available on our website, baxterregional.org. You can find out about foundation and donation opportunities and volunteers. So, but we're blessed. Like Cindy said, we are a nonprofit, which means we don't get money from the county or any kind of supplemental. What we make goes right back into facility upgrades and new medical equipment and those types of things. And this year we'll get probably $40 million in requests for capital. Typically we only have I think this last year we had maybe 8 in capital that we could use. So there's a huge gap, and that's what the foundation comes in and really helps with. Give you an example, we've got a couple of new transport ambulances coming in. The auxiliary stepped up through the foundation and paid for those. But they have a long list of things and needs that are specific to what actual needs at the hospital. And they'll come in. I think, Cindy, they still do tours over there, don't they?
We do.
Yep.
Yeah,
So you can come in. They'll show you what your money can impact. And so it's really, really neat. And back to the branding though, we're in the process. It's going to be a slow rollout. You'll start to see things here and there, but we are excited. We're excited for the future. We're excited what this is going to help us do in terms of recruiting. One thing I didn't talk about earlier, but there was some concern about, what about Baxter Lab in town? That's confusing. You guys are Baxter Health, they're Baxter International, and we thought about that, and we actually want to position it in a way where it's very easy for folks to remember. Baxter Healthcare, Baxter International, they make products for the healthcare industry. But Baxter Health, we're truly about your health, providing compassionate care beyond measure. So we figured that'd be an easy way for people to be able to tell the difference. Because regardless, we both are going to have Baxter in the name. And and the other interesting thing is, in the research, they said when we went outside of Baxter County, most people didn't even know there was a Baxter Lab. They just thought Baxter was the hospital. So
right.
And most people have always called it the lab.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The lab.
Yeah. So just
or the hospital.
Yeah. Or the hospital. So that just clear that up. But we're excited, and it's all for the right reason, which is the patient, making our things that are associated with the hospital easier to find, easier to navigate, and truly just make it a better patient experience for them all the way around.
Baxter Health.
Baxter Health. It's hard to get in the habit of saying it, but we're getting there slowly.
Come a long way from the single-story Baxter County Hospital.
Absolutely. Now in over 40 locations across 11 counties.
40 different locations, 11 counties, Baxter Health. You need to go check out the Buckaroo Ball. 870-508-1779 is the phone number for Miss Cindy Costa. We appreciate you taking the time to come join us this morning and explain some different things to us. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks for having us.